Hey friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm your host, Willie Will, and this is my co-host.
Joanny, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, so this week, the Queens took on high society realness in Ross Mathews and the Ducks, which was an acting challenge inspired by Truman Capote, the Swans, and a scandal messier than a wig reveal gone wrong. So, did any of these queens give Oscar-worthy drama, or was it giving community theater at best? Don't worry, we're breaking it all down for you. So, shall we get into this episode?
Let's, because I got things to say.
All right, same, me too. All right, so the episode starts off on the cusp of Ariette's elimination by Jules Sparkles. So once back in the workroom, Jules goes to the pretty much to read or like wipe off Ariette's mirror message, and it's a dig at Anya, telling Anya that she needed to brush her teeth. Now, apparently, Anya did confide in a few of the queens that she has some like problems with, her teeth and her breath, and she needs to go see a dentist. It's something that she's very self-conscious about. Um, so do you think this was one, do you think this was necessary? And two, was this giving villain or was it more mean-spirited?
I think it was just mean spirited. That wasn't even villain. That was just mean spirited. It's like when somebody feels backed into the corner and they just attack for no reason. I feel like that's what it was. I don't think Anya deserved that. She was just trying to stick up for Jules. So I don't think that was deserved. I'm all okay with like leaving a shady message or like even insulting Queenie, Jude, each other, all that stuff. Not when it comes to something medical. Not when it comes to that. Like, and I am really crass. Like, I will make fun of people for everything. I will never make
Right.
fun of people for something that's medical.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think to me, one, I think the message was uncalled for, right? Like, this is your mirror message. This is your last, like, I would say, like, you leaving on this note. This is what people will tend to remember you by. If they didn't remember you during the season, they tend to remember you by your mirror message. And the fact
Oh,
that
your
she took the
exit
time
line.
out, or the exit line, right? And the fact that she took it upon herself to make this not about her, but about Anya, all because she felt some type of way that Anya was coming for Jules Sparkle's, like, defense. And I'm like, Anya was just throwing a little light shade. She didn't get personal. She didn't go behind, like,
I
below the
don't even.
belt. And
I don't even
Arietta,
think it was shade. I think it was just her calling her out for her childish behavior. She was like, "You left your friend. I sat with her." Like, I don't think it was shade. I don't think it was mean-spirited. I think it was her just being an adult and trying to get Arietta to see what she was doing was wrong.
yeah,
So I definitely think it was uncalled for.
yeah, because Anya did the same thing with Lexi, and she called Lexi out too for Lexi's
But
behavior as well.
but
So,
Lexi, you saw afterwards went up to her and she was like, "I hate when you do that." I think that was that episode. But
yeah,
she was like, "Give me a kiss or whatever, or like let's hug it out, whatever." Like they
yeah,
like she understood where she was coming from. She was like, "I
yeah.
hate that you're right." Ariette, that was just not nice.
It wasn't. And I kind of agree with Sam. I think Ariette was just mad at Anya for taking Jules' side in that argument.
Hmm.
And I think that was just like Ariette's like way to get back at Anya. But I would have to say, right, I have to commend Anya for taking the high road because she did make the joke and said, anybody got a mint? But
I
she was
died.
like, I'm in the competition and bitch you got sent home. Like, so at the end of the day, I think that was good of Anya to take the high road, but Anya better than me because I'm petty.
Girl, what
Like,
would you have done? She's gone.
I, like I know, but I would not have accepted her apology. I would not probably have talked to her.
Oh,
We
like
would have probably been in,
afterwards.
yes, like no.
Okay. Like
That's how
postseason.
petty. Like postseason, I would have been like, I don't know who that is. I won't do any bookings with her. Like I would not do it. Like I would be really petty.
You'd be like Mariah Carey. Who's that?
Yes.
Who's
Which
that?
we're gonna talk
I
about
don't know
that because
her.
that was
I don't
right.
know
We're gonna
her.
talk about that because that was a missed opportunity in this acting challenge. So,
Bitch, there were so
um,
many missed opportunities with acting challenge.
yes.
Uh,
I was like, dude, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit, but just in the beginning, for me, I was just like, when I heard the challenge, I was like, first of all, Truman Capote and the Swans is not that iconic, like for I guess the new age of the girls, right? And we'll get into like who he was, and what the whole thing was. But that was one. And number two, I was like, there was a lot of like, I don't know who wrote this challenge, but there was some missed opportunities. Maybe it was either the writing or it was the girls acting. I'm not sure.
I think it was more of the right. I don't know. We'll get into it more. I didn't think it was that funny.
Okay.
It was not
Well,
my favorite acting challenge, honestly. I'll blame it on the writers.
okay. But you know, surprisingly, people actually enjoyed this acting challenge. Like, I don't know why, but some people did. But the next day, Rue comes into the workroom and she lets the queens know that the Maxi challenge will be an acting challenge inspired by Truman Capote and the Swans. So now, before we even got into that, when Rue said it, did you know about Truman Capote and the
Oh
Swans?
no. Oh no. I was confused. I thought they when I saw the what the challenge was, or like I think I saw like the prop for the episode, I thought it was gonna be some Duck Dynasty shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on, honestly.
Duck Dynasty?
I
What in
don't
the
know what was going.
Republican?
I did not know. No, it's not like they haven't done it before.
True,
Um,
true. You're right.
but I generally did not know what's going on. Maybe that's also why I didn't get so into it. I don't know.
Probably. Well, I mean, for starters, Truman Capote, he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's. And so, like,
Oh,
you can't be
oh,
gay and not,
bad
like,
gay, bad gay,
right.
bad gay.
Um, so he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's, which obviously became that iconic, like, movie, and it's a gay icon in its own right. He also wrote In Cold Blood, which is an amazing, like, thriller, psychological thriller, which is good. And so those are the two books I really suggest people go out and actually read from Truman Capote. But in order, like for him and the Swans, essentially what he did was he befriended a couple of like high society, like rich white women. And they would gossip, they would go out, they would shop. And so what he did was they would tell him secrets. And he would write fictitious like stories based on those accounts that the women gave him.
So he
And
was
he
the
like
original Gossip Girl.
he was the original, actually, yes. And he was also like kind of like the Perez Hilton before Perez Hilton.
Oh, I can
Like
see that.
the
I can see that. The OG.
Yes. Yes. But really he was Gossip Girl. He would take the stories from these like rich women that they would sit and they talk about like cheating on their husbands or like, them like taking their husband's money and just spending unnecessarily or whatever it is, right? Or like, I hate
I
that
need.
bitch or I don't like her. And he would write fictitious stories and like publish them like under like an alias or whatever. And yeah. hmm Real
Okay.
messy.
See,
Yeah.
Gossip Girl.
Yes. And
Gossip
so
Girl. Perez Hilton.
the Swans eventually found out based on the stories because they were like, wait, I only told one other person. And so they ruled out everybody else and they realized that was Truman Capote. And so all of them like tried to like get him like banished and they told him he was kind of like a cunt and all that stuff. But obviously, like rich white women will do. And so that was the whole premise of Truman Capote and the Swans.
Uh, okay. I mean, I know they kind of explained it on the episode. I was trying to make a drink while that was happening. So, like,
I mean, I really respect your honesty because I'm sure a lot of other like gays probably had no idea about Truman Capote
oh,
and the
fully,
Swans.
fully, fully.
And it wasn't like, there was like uh was that a TV show, last year that came out called Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Just saying, I just want to throw that out there.
Maybe I'll go watch that.
That one gives you a really good idea of
That
like
sounds
Demi Moore
interesting.
is in it. Demi Moore is in it. It's good. It's real good acting. The same guy who wrote American Horror Story, he's the one that did that.
Oh, that faggot.
Jhoany, you can say that because you're
What?
gay, so you can
Yeah.
reclaim the word. Yes,
Yeah, no, but like, let's be real. Oh, fuck, what's his name? It's not Bryan Singer. That's the
it's Ryan
fuck.
Murphy.
That one. He makes all the gay shows.
He does make all the gay
All the
shows.
gay shows. And if it's not gay, he won't make it gay.
Oh my God, did you see the new one with Aaron Hernandez?
Exactly.
The,
He
that
made him gay
was
as hell.
obviously, came to find out that he was gay, but like, I didn't know he was that gay. Like, he was
I
gay,
don't
gay.
I don't think he was that gay. I think Ryan Murphy definitely had like was like acting out his fantasy
I think
with
so.
that.
I saw so
Uh,
it's so many penises in that TV show, and I think the first episode is so many dicks.
like
It's not okay. It's not okay.
if you
It's
can
it's a
count on
lot.
Ryan Murphy for something, is making something gay as shit.
Yeah, this is true. But with this acting challenge, the queens get to pick their roles. But what's unique about the challenge is that the characters are not currently based on the swans, the actual swans, but like hilarious, like pop culture references. You know, we have some rappers, we have some reality TV stars, and there's also a few Real Housewives references, but they were misplaced.
See, there's one reference I understood.
Let
Only
me
one.
guess. Let me guess. Okay, so, and I think it's this one. So while the queens are going around choosing parts, the queens again do not want Susie to get the part that they feel is the best. And I'm confused.
I feel like this is the first time they actually said it out loud, though, where they're like, "No, you're not getting the best part," which made
I'm
sense.
confused.
It
I'm
made
confused.
sense.
But like, are we not seeing why the girls are so scared of Susie Toot? Are we not seeing this?
I don't know. I mean, I get why, because I think we did see some of it like in the earlier episodes. Like she is a good queen. Like she's good.
Right.
But I think they've kind of like the edit they've been giving her has kind of been faded. Like I don't know, I feel like she's faded into the background. I'm sorry, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Like
She's
I'm
a great
confused.
queen. She's a great queen. But I feel like the edit is doing her no favors at all.
Right. I don't understand. And so for me, it's a little hard to get into why they are just like obstructing Susie. Like they
Yeah.
are the opposition party right now. Like and
I
I
mean
just don't understand.
it's kind of giving like Rolaska talks all over again. But like the edit hasn't really built up to that. So yeah, we're
Hmm.
seeing that these girls like don't want to give Susie the roles that she wants because they don't want her to win because they're scared of her. But I feel like we as viewers we're not seeing it, at least lately.
Right. Same. I don't get it. I saw it maybe the first two episodes, but then like after Susie got her two wins back to back, I was like, okay, maybe I can see that. But then
It
once she
started to
started like
falter.
fading into the background, I was like, I don't see why the girls are still like so caught up on
Listen,
Susie too.
once she fucked up Snatch Game, I would have written her off.
Exactly. I mean, they're scared of the wrong
Ooh,
queen. They should be scared of Anya Nerve. I'm just saying. Um, but
ooh,
in the end, Jules, girl, in the end, Jules, she gets the role of Chicago, which is a play on the hilarious rant
ooh.
by Tiffany New York Pollard. Gemma
Bitch.
is a fat cunt.
Pretty much, I will let Gemma know that she is a fat cunt. I know that is like I mean, New York has had so many iconic moments on the plethora of reality TV shows she's been on. I feel like this is the most iconic.
Yes.
Like the way she went off on Gemma, but did it so eloquently. It started off like so slowly too, like so demure. Like she started off really slowly. She's like, pretty much, I will let Gemma know, and then she just goes off that she is a fat. And by the end of it, she's just like going off and saying things left and right. Um,
Yes.
I love that speech. Like I was fully like when that came on, or like when they revealed what it was, I was like Jewel Sparkles, like, bitch, I memorized this speech like years ago when it first came out. Like I know this
Yes.
speech word for word.
But
Um,
apparently that was Jules's problem too.
yeah,
She knew it word for word. And then so she got so caught up, and obviously we'll get into that, but that's the downfall of like knowing something and you being so prepared for it that you are thinking about the person and not actually thinking about how can I just channel
yeah,
this. Right?
yeah.
Like because she's like, and the shoes that she gave me were not something that I
I,
particularly bought for myself.
they were old maiden type of shoes.
She just
Uh,
like I just love when she says she doesn't have the vernacular that she thinks she possesses.
I love
That
that. That
is
is such
it's
a
everything
smart
for me.
read. That is such a smart read. Like
Yes.
it just felt so
Yes.
effortless. Like it felt like she wasn't even thinking about what she was saying. It was just coming out.
Yes.
New
Somebody lied to
York,
her several times and told her that she was beautiful. And
that
that,
she
like,
was
I'm just
fly,
like,
young, and beautiful, and she is nothing of
yes.
the sorts.
And so like who would think
Oh my
about that?
God. It, I don't even like. I wish I had her brain at least for reading, because even when she was on Traders and the way she was just going off on like that straight guy whose name I can never remember. I think it was Wes. Um, was it Traders? It was not Traders. Sorry, it was House of Villains. Um,
Yes. I was about to say she wasn't
she
on
was not on
traders.
Traders.
I
She
was
was
like, that was
sorry.
Bob the drag queen,
Yeah,
and he went
sorry.
off on misguided.
I'm getting the reality TV shows confused.
Oh, Wes was on the traders as well.
Maybe that's why. But
Yeah,
I was thinking of House of Villains when she went. I think it was West or some other one. But all
probably
those
she went off on
insults, I
everybody.
don't know. Yeah, she goes off on everyone. I
And
love
New
Tiffany.
York and New York and West were on the worst cooks of America. Heroes
I
versus
could not get into
villains.
that. I'm sorry, Trinity. I tried watching it for you. It
She
was.
was so good though. She was so
I.
good on
It
that show.
just.
She was so
It just.
hilarious.
I honestly, I didn't even really get to see her that much. It was just everyone else was pissing me off because it just
Oh,
felt
she was so
so.
funny.
It just didn't feel like them. Like I was watching Tiffany, and I'm like, this isn't Tiffany. Like this isn't New York. This isn't the New York I
Yeah.
love. And it
Oh.
just felt that way for everyone else. Honestly, I didn't really get to see Trinity that much because by the point it reached, I was already like over it. I was like, I'm just turning this shit off.
Oh. But no, but she was really funny. She made it almost to the finale though. She was almost there. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, that's
She
the
was
same
good.
way. I, I I really want to know, like, can they cook or are they just lying? Like, are they really that bad at cooking? I don't believe
No,
anyone can be that bad at cooking.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think obviously it's
Okay,
for a TV show and you have to make it, you have to do crazy stuff for a TV show. But I also think some of them can't cook.
it's so easy.
Now I don't think they will burn them on purpose. Like I don't think that. I think that's like exaggerated, and they tell them, "Hey, just leave it on for too long. Like turn it up
Oh,
and
I
put
mean, yeah,
everything
it's
in it, all
reality
that stuff."
TV.
You know. But I do believe some of them cannot cook though,
That's so
or
this,
at least not cook the stuff that they want you to cook on the show. Like I don't think they will be cooking that stuff.
girl. They don't give them anything hard to cook. I've watched the show several seasons.
Oh, I was trying to give them a good thing. I was trying to be the benefit of the doubt.
I'm just being mean. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so we
I
find
don't
out
even
that
know
the
how the fuck we
pairs.
got there.
I don't know how we got there either, but we did. Somehow, Jim is a fat cunt, and we got to um, America's Worst Cooks. So we did. All right. So we find out that the pairs, right, are going to be Lana and Anya, Sam and Lydia, Lexi and Susie. That was an interesting group, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. And Jules by herself doing the monologue at the end.
I feel like these groups were perfect, or these pairings.
You think so?
I love these pairings. I love them.
Hmm.
Like because one Lydia and Sam because they're so completely different. Like I know they kind of try to like edit in that like they were kind of like frenemies and oh
Did you
hello.
mute yourself? Did you mute yourself?
No, I'm
Oh, I
still
can hear you now.
okay. Ooh, not Riverside cut me off in the middle of my rant. I forgot what I
You
was saying.
did. You did. I mean, you could always reset what you was going to say.
Girl, I forgot what I was saying. Um.
The pair is frenemies, Lydia and
Oh yeah,
Sam, frenemies.
Lydia, Sam, because their drag is so completely different. I thought that was an interesting dynamic. Then there was Susie and Lexi, obviously, the real frenemies. Or well, one-sided. Um,
Right.
but I thought that was interesting because you really kind of got to see how much Susie gets into her head. And like it's not like she even tries. Like, and then Lexi and not Lexi, ooh, Anya and Lana. Um one has been like absolutely destroying the competition, then the other one is Lana. Uh, but I thought that was a nice pair too. No, but because I felt like for me, it kind of reminded me of like that time that Adore and sorry, not Adore, Trinity and Bianca were paired up, and she kind of like helped her out in the challenge. That's kind of what it reminded me of. So I really like that,
Yeah.
and I feel like this was also a great opportunity for Jules to really show what she has. Obviously, it didn't really work out in her favor, but like.
Mm.
I thought the way the parents were set up were really good.
Yes and no. Okay. The reason why, so I liked Lana and Anya's pair. I thought they were
Hmm.
funny, right? But what I didn't like is that, to me, I felt like they were typecast, even though they're the ones that chose the roles. But like, imagine if two non-queens of color were Big Fupa and Drippy Q. Would we have gotten the same reaction? I don't know. I just hit myself with my thing, in my mouth.
Uh, oh no,
Would
I
we have
mean
gotten the same reaction? I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so. No,
Or what if Sam was Big Fupa?
that would be a choice. Love you,
But I'm
Sam, but that
saying,
would be a
like,
choice.
yeah, but like my thing is, it was made for those characters was
Oh
written
no, yeah, I
for
mean,
Anya and Lana, right? And then
I feel like
if we're getting it,
I think maybe. Never mind.
yeah, but also like if we get into the actual challenge, right? For me, the reason why Lexi and Susie was a choice is because this is what I feel like there were some misplaced references in this one, because it was the Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. So this
Another show I don't
scene,
watch.
yeah, so this scene was technically the scene that the housewives were in Amsterdam. It was an Amsterdam trip, and we had Kim Richards, who is the she is the sister of Kyle Richards, right? But Kim Richards is kind of like the alcoholic. She was like a little drunk, whatever, but that was her storyline. And she was talking to Lisa Rinna. And so during at the table, Kim was like, so do you want to talk about the husband? So shall we talk about the husband? And Lisa was like, don't talk about the husband. We don't talk about the husband. And
Was
so
that?
Kim was like, let's talk about the husband. And so then Lisa gets up and breaks the wine glass on the table and says, you don't talk about my husband. We don't talk about the husband.
I was about to ask.
That
Wait, was
was
that
the
the?
scene. Yes. That's why the
Oh,
glass happened. And so that's why Susie was like, we should talk about things that you don't want to talk.
yeah.
Like that was the whole scene.
Yeah, see, I still don't fully understand it, but when you said Kyle Richards, I was like, wait, that name sounds really familiar. I did not know Kyle Richards was on. Like, I know her as like the girl from Halloween.
Yes.
Uh, I did not know she was on Real Housewives. I didn't know she was a Real Housewife.
Yeah. She's also Paris Hilton's auntie.
Yeah, I didn't know that much. I just literally know her as the girl from Halloween, the little girl from
Yes.
Halloween.
And then so the the Lana and Anya sketch, right? That part, I didn't understand who was Big Fupa and Drippy Q. Like I don't know who they were. I think they probably made up characters, but I do understand the reference. I don't know her. Like obviously that's the iconic Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez, but everything else I couldn't get into because I didn't know.
I didn't know what they were referencing either. Like, I knew the other one was obviously, even though I don't watch the Real Housewives, it felt like a Real Housewives fight or like something that they would do on Real Housewives. I watched like fuck, what's the Spanish one? Rica Famosa Latina. Like I watched that one, and it felt like something that would be on, which is basically like the Spanish version of that. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. I did not know what they were necessarily, or like the people they were trying to portray or reference with their
Yeah,
sketch.
yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't know, but I thought it was funny. I thought the funniest
I
to
think it was
me,
the
the
funniest
funniest
one.
It was. The funniest part was when Anya came through the door, funny. And she pat her pussy and she was like, Big Fupa. That was so good.
I just wish it would. I really wish it would have like completely exaggerated the fupa.
Oh,
Like,
like have her actual Fupa?
yeah, like maybe put some pads on backwards, like like
That
um.
would have been so good.
Yeah, like I feel like that. Like I wanted like a silky nutmeg ganache fupa. I mean,
Oh my God,
that
the imagery right
I think that would
now.
have been really funny.
Now, every time I see Silky, I'm going to look at her Fupa.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of. I love you, Silky. I really love you, girl. But it's kind of hard not to see.
Yeah, okay. And I also agree, right? I think because Anya was so dominating in the challenge, that Lana had some really good high moments in the beginning
Yes,
before Anya came on the set.
yes. I think I like. I was actually like when it was just Lana, I was like, okay, Lana, you're doing your thing. And even after Anya came on, I still think she was doing good. But Anya was just doing so much better.
Yeah.
Like Lana didn't do bad in any sense of the word, but like she just unfortunately outshone by Anya.
Yeah. To me, it reminded me of Thorgy Door and Bob when they both had the Cookie Lion character. And Bob was so much like over the top as Cookie. Not to say that Thorgy wasn't, but because Bob was just so Bob,
Yeah.
right? Like that was like you didn't think I was gonna do this, bitch, right? Because of
Oh,
that, it's
this.
oh this, right? And then she poured it and she said, "Is the bus still running?" Like we got all of that, but then you had Thorgy with the broom and like beating the shit out of who she beating up, like Naisha or something. I know she was beating the shit out of somebody,
I don't know,
but
but she was enjoying that. I remember that. I remember she was
she was
enjoying it.
enjoying that. But that was also good, and to me, that's kind of what like reminded me of in that scene. But I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna look into the camera because I feel like this is a Shangela. Like you, America, you told her that she was funny, but in this aspect, it's gonna be America. I told y'all that Sam Star was the shit.
Oh,
Okay, I
I was.
told all of y'all bitches
I
that
thought you were about
Sam
to read
Star
someone.
was amazing, and y'all was like, "Oh, Will is delusional. Will doesn't know what he's talking about. Sam is just another pageant queen. Sam is
Who
fucking
said that?
funny."
Who said that? Give me
There
their
was some
home
people who said,
address. Give me their
there
home
was some
address.
people
I'm
who
gonna go
said
find them.
there was some people who said that, oh, she's just a pageant queen, and I was like, no, Sam, like from the beginning, from the Meet the Queens, I was like, there is something about Samantha that we gonna like people gonna sleep on. And Sam was funny. That
She
bitch was
was.
funny in that whole sketch. Okay,
Yeah, I think Kanye was really funny. But it felt more like a caricature, kind of. I don't know. Well, Sam was really good, but that felt more like actual acting, if that makes sense. I don't know.
correct. No, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Like it felt more
Anya's character
polished.
felt yes. Anya's character felt like she was typecast, like the typical, like stereotypical, like black queen, like super ghetto and that stuff. Which is nothing wrong with that. Like I thought with the nails, and I thought the nails
The
worked.
nails
Like
were everything.
the physical comedy was there, right? Like it was good, and the back and forth. I'm looking at the the pads and looking back at each other and looking like hilarious. But yes, Sam just felt like natural. Like I felt that Sam was that person. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah. That was
And
really good acting from Sam.
fucking like Cheyenne Jackson. Can we talk about that's a fine man. That's a
Uh,
fine man. Are you serious? Do we not like
sorry.
Cheyenne?
I don't.
You didn't see
I'm
them
sorry.
thighs?
Give a fuck. Ever since, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it on. Never mind.
You don't see them thighs? Them thighs.
I see something
Samantha,
else and like
Samantha, I'm with you with them thighs. Okay? With thighs. She was like, it's the thighs. When she said that, I was like, yes. I like yelled at the screen. I said, yes.
honestly, I did not look at him at all. I just really don't care for Shan.
I fucking love Cheyenne Jackson. Like Cheyenne was to me, I don't know what it is, but Cheyenne was so fucking sexy in American Horror Story Hotel. I was feeling it as a him as a vampire. I was like, oh my god, this
You're
is so
thinking,
good.
no, Matt Bomber all the way.
I didn't really like him. I don't know. I liked him in Fellow Travelers. Now Matt Bomber and Fellow Travelers, then that's when I had my Matt Bomber
And he,
awakening.
that scene with him and Gaga just like covered in blood,
Yeah, I
that
didn't
was
like that.
everything.
I ain't
What?
like that. I
I
don't know.
love
It wasn't
that.
giving. It
It was
wasn't giving it to
giving.
me.
I mean, maybe I love horror, so that Gaga, Matt Bomber covered in blood, like naked on the bed, like come on.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. If he was thicker, I might have gotten into it. But
I mean,
I like a little cushion in the back. Like nice little plump bubble is always nice.
see, I like thickness on the other side.
Oh, see, that's why you're the
Yeah.
bottom and I'm the top. See, that's how it works. See the binaries. You see how the binaries work? You know, look at me, SAT word, binary. Anyways,
I hate
all right.
you.
So let's get into the runway
We keep
because
we keep
listen,
we
that's what
keep
we do.
straying. We keep
It's our
straying.
podcast, and that's what they love us for. Like
I
they love that
know.
we can have these amazing conversations. But like for no shade, but for this episode, there wasn't really much that we can like dissect. I'm
Not really.
like for this acting challenge, either you got the
Well, we did.
references or you really
Yeah, I mean,
don't.
yeah. I've,
But who
I
should have went
will.
home? And this should have been Ross.
Girl, his
That's
acting
who
was
did.
so bad.
That's who was bad.
It kept like pulling me out of the scene because it was bad. I'm like, I don't remember Ross being this bad. But then again, I don't know if we have had him in an acting challenge before. Have we?
Yeah, Deborah, the improv challenge. It was like Ross Matthew tonight or something,
Oh
and he was
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But
And that
um,
one, and also when Miss Cracker was a pickle.
oh yeah. See, what the fuck was he doing? What did he smell?
Right.
Did he
I
not
think it's
eat?
because
Did
no,
he
I
need
think
a
he wanted
Snickers?
no, I think he wanted to be Truman Capote so bad. And he wanted to nail like the Truman Capote isms so bad.
Uh,
Yeah, because when he
man.
said gay gas, that took me out. I was over it.
For me every time they kind of cut to him, it was just kind of taking me out of it. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about Susan. I forgot what it was.
Oh, the hairline? That was a crime. That was a
Girl,
crime. That
Anya,
was a crime.
Anya, that was shit as fuck. But also, Susie, girl, you know better than that. Like,
That was a crime.
you should have put
That
some
was a
foundation on
crime.
that. Like, or like
I don't know
higher
what.
under, I don't know, do something, girl.
No,
Um,
that was a crime.
that was so
No.
distracting. It was like,
Yes. But
um,
on to the runway. The runway, the category is black and white ball. Okay. So the first one up, Sam Star, baby. When
oh,
Sam came
over.
around that corner, when
Oh,
when she came around that fucking corner, and that black and white dress, it was over. It was over for the girls.
it was over.
Over. And I was
Yeah,
just like, to me, honestly, dare I say this may be her best look thus far on the season.
I would have said that.
If
Actually,
you didn't
had
see
a
the
little.
purple one,
No, 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 no. No. So many runways to remember. No, I was gonna say I think it would have been her best look yet had she done something a little different with the makeup. Like I know she did try, but I feel like she could have gone further with it. Like a lot further with it. Like this felt very like no offense, but it felt like a pageant girl trying to be a little
a G.
edgy. Yeah. Which is fine. She looked good. She looked amazing. I just with this outfit would have loved something bigger, something more eye makeup, maybe full black and white. Um she looked good. She was amazing, still an over nonetheless. Uh, like I love the different patterns, the different silhouettes, like the shoulders, everything. Like it look, she
Yep.
looks really that wig, that wig.
Listen,
Um,
right.
yeah, I mean, she always looks amazing. But it just for me, this outfit should have had a little bit less polish on the makeup.
Okay. To get like real, like Harlequin, like real jester,
Yeah,
like I can see that. But obviously, this dress was—I'm not sure if you know, but this dress was made by Jeffrey Kelly
of
and
course,
Ethan Cross, which is Chantel's husband. So shout out to Jeffrey and Ethan. Y'all did what y'all
amazing
needed to,
look.
like what y'all needed to do. Y'all did it. Okay, y'all fucking did that. This look was amazing. She
Can
looked
y'all make this into
amazing.
two? No, just kidding. I'm not
Listen,
into it at all.
I don't know. It just to me, I just think that the patterns, all because they were a little mismatched, they made sense. The black and white, which is so good, and yet it still looked like Sam, but yet it looked edgy at the same time, and I thought
But
that was really
also the
great.
placement of the patterns really gave the dress shape. Because yes, you could do mismatched patterns and it just doesn't always work out. But like the way they place the fabric very intentionally, like that checker design specifically across the waist, I feel like really slims her down and kind of creates curvature. Um and obviously the ruffles on top and the way it kind of swivels down was amazing. Like this is a really thought out look. They really ate with this one.
Yes, yes, they ate. They ate down.
Yeah.
I put on one of the profiles. I was like, what's the square root of 64?
Ate
Eight.
something, right?
It just ate.
I was mind. I know it's
Oh, it
fucking
went up.
eight, bitch.
Oh, it went over my head. I was like, damn, bitch, it's eight.
I know it's fucking eight. I'm
Um,
not that stupid.
Listen, you said it, I didn't. Next was Lana Jarrett.
Gay
What did you
gasp.
think?
Uh, it's
Not the not the exhale.
no. Here's the thing. I love, absolutely love this from the waist up. Like I love the big sleeves. I love the dress. I love the bow, the hair, the makeup, everything. I just the bottom isn't bad. I just feel like compared to the rest of it, it's a little disappointing.
I didn't like that her panty was showing.
That too. I
I'm
just
over
feel
that.
like I she's not the only one. Is it a trend now? I don't
I
like
don't
this
know.
trend.
This
I don't
shit
like
is
this
annoying.
trend.
It's annoying for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because somebody else does it, and then I don't like it. But for me, it's a
It's a meh.
yes, man. It's a soft man.
It's well, I guess. Because soft man, because you thought it was a yes. You probably thought it was like a soft yes. And I
Yeah,
said meh. So in between, it's a soft man.
yeah,
It would have
yeah.
gotten a soft man for me if I didn't see the fucking panty. That shit was annoying. And for me, it cheapened the look. Because I saw the panty, it just cheapened the look. And I was
For
like,
me,
no,
the
I don't like
tights
this.
cheapen the look. Those
And no
polka
fucking
dot
shoes.
tights.
Ugly ass shoes.
This Miss Girl. I mean, never mind. I mean,
Why
we
she
know she
couldn't wear
loves.
like she couldn't
She
wear a
loves a
stiletto?
pleaser. She loves a pleaser.
Like she couldn't wear a stiletto? That shoe don't go with everything.
I know.
Like it doesn't go with
I want.
everything.
I want to know how many pairs of those she has. If she's just wearing the same one.
No, I'm sure she has like multiple pairs of those shoes. Like Lana's already a tall, slim girl, model-esque, right? Like I would love to see her in like a nice stiletto, right? And maybe like a so-cate. Like, get the Louboutins. Like, come on, like that's what I want to see. This is what I want to see. And yeah, she keep giving me the stripper heels, and I'm over it.
It's true with that too,
Like,
honestly. Her
yeah.
makeup does look really amazing though. Like like
Yes.
obviously she always looks good, but this episode, like the bitch looks airbrushed.
Yes, the mug is always mugging. Like, it's
Yeah.
muggy wuggy. Like, Lana is always
I
going
know,
to give
I
me
mean
mug
like
down.
always, but this one in
But
particular, I feel like it's just even
that
more.
was
I
good.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um
All right. Next was Onion Earth. What did you think?
uh, I forgot what she wore. I forgot what no,
Child, it
no,
was a no man.
no, no,
It was a no man. You
no.
know,
I appreciate the Bjork reference. No fucking man though.
what Anya lacked on the runway, she made up in the challenge.
Did she though? No,
She
I mean she
did. She
did.
made up in
No,
the
she did.
she's the
She really did. But I'm
because
sorry, this dress is just ugly. It had
and the
the
coincidence with the swan on her head, and I was like, child, no,
I hate how
no.
the swan covers part of her face, but not in a flattering angle. I feel like the shape is just wrong. It makes it look very like boxy, very hog body. Hate the shoes. And
I
even
didn't like the look.
the accessories just felt too small for this dress.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I mean, with Anya, I've come to realize that her runways are either going to be hit or miss for me. Either I'm going to like it and be like, yes, it's a different look for Anya and I appreciate it, or I'm going to be like, no. And so that's kind of what I'm used to right now.
It's giving Bob the drag queen. Great in the challenges. Runways, questionable.
And that's why
But
Derek
she
Murray don't
has
like you.
but what?
I said, and that's why Derek Murray don't like you because that's not true. I liked
No,
Bob's runways. So season 8, that was season
the
8.
the roller skate.
I didn't mind the roller skates. I didn't mind that.
You bought that shit for $5 off of Amazon.
And she won the challenge, didn't she?
Not for the runway. Should have been sent home for the and that's why her ass almost fell on the runway.
Like first that and she couldn't skate. But
No, it's because of that
um
shitty outfit. Sorry,
but
Bob,
yes,
love
I
you,
can
but
I can see the similarities, the parallels between Anya dominating the challenge, but yet her runways are an opportunity because in season 8, Bob did the same thing. Yes.
I think overall, Anya has had some better runways than Bob and has had some really high highs, runway wise.
Okay.
But also her lows have been like,
Really low.
yeah.
Yes. All right. So next up was Lydia Butthole Collins. What did you think of Lydia's look?
I actually liked it. I think honestly, it's my favorite look that she's worn all season.
Same.
Like it was a yes man for me. I like the different textures and patterns that she used. Um, Makeup was right. Not the biggest fan of the two like black fur pieces that were kind of hanging off, but I think it also
Okay.
did add something a little different that was kind of needed. Like it broke
Yeah.
up the silhouette a little bit. Um, I wish
Yeah.
she maybe would have filled up the gloves, like the
That was
sleeves.
the least of my problems.
No, I
I
just
wish
feel
she
like it
would have
was
been able to
very
walk in
like.
the dress.
Oh, I mean, we know you hate that, but I just feel like it was giving limp dick and not in a good way. I feel like maybe if she would have stuffed them just a little bit. I don't know.
Wait, is Limtic ever good? Is it ever good? Is there any a good way that a Limtic
Not
is
really, but
okay?
not really. Uh,
Mm,
I
okay,
mean,
I thought I was missing something.
I mean, it's girl, if it's big, it's nice to look at when it's lit, but only to look at, not to play with. They just look nice. Um,
Comment below. Is a limp penis ever good?
no, only to look at. I said like only to look at. That's it. To look
I
at
ain't here.
briefly. To look at briefly.
Mm,
Like we're not doing this right now. There's kids watching.
There's
There's
kids
kids
watching.
watching. Um,
But no, but like seriously, I didn't like. I agree with you. This is the yes, ma'am. I agree with you that this is Lydia's probably to me this is her best look so far on the season. And I just didn't like that she couldn't walk in it. And normally that would be a no, ma'am. Like if you get a dress and you can't walk in a fucking dress, like no. But to me, I enjoyed this look from Lydia.
yeah, and I usually hate anything animal print, but I thought this was cute.
Yeah, it was good. All right, next up we have Susie Toot. What do you think of Susie Toot's look?
Let me remember what the fuck she. Oh, I actually really like this. This was Yes,
I gave
ma'am.
it a soft man. I gave it a soft
No,
man.
it's a yes, ma'am. I maybe would have given it an over had she had like a big necklace or something. Like had she accessorized it a little bit more. Um, because I
This
think
it
it
would have
needed.
been a yes, ma'am, for me if above here wasn't a cat. I didn't get the cat.
I
I
didn't
didn't like
fully
the
get
cat.
it either, but I think as like a whole, I think it works really well. I like the shape of this. I love the shoulder pads it's giving Mugler. I love the movement of the dress, like the way
Very much.
it swishes. Love the gloves, love the color, and even the texture. I think this is amazing. Um,
It was a good dress.
there was one thing where I wish maybe it would have been maybe a little bit more snatched on the waist, to give her a little bit better shape because I do think it was a little boxy. It was either she should have gone like full boxy or just like cinched it up a little bit better. If that makes sense.
Okay. That makes sense. I thought she looked good. I just didn't like the cat reference, but I felt like if she was gonna do cat, she should have did real cat,
Oh
like
yeah,
go full out
the
like royal, maybe Egyptian, like goddess cat. Like if she's gonna do it, like do it.
and maybe that's why I kind of wanted like again, I just wanted something on the neck. It feels
Yep.
empty.
hmm
And I did
Or
want her to
maybe
go
like a bigger like headpiece or like
maybe
something, but like do
maybe
do
the whole
something.
thing could have been like bejeweled, bedazzled.
Maybe.
Um, and I do wish she would have gone bigger with the makeup. Same thing like with Bam.
Yeah,
I feel like she could have gone bigger with the makeup.
this is true. All right. Next up is speaking of someone who could have went bigger, Lexi Love. What did you think?
No, ma'am.
Child, tell me about it.
Girl, another one who's had some really high highs. Actually, I think she's had some of my favorite looks, but also some like, girl, the fuck is this? Another, first of all, another train. Um, I hate. I'm sorry, I hate that hair. I
Okay.
hate it.
I'm happy that you brought that up. For me, right, and it was funny because I was watching I Live for This review, right, on their last review. And so Trinity and Chantel, in particular, Trinity was saying, hey, like, we think Lexi is an amazing drag queen and she's great, but at the same time, we want more drag from her. Like, I want
That's
more drag from Lexi Love. I feel like she is too in this. Like, I want to distinguish between her everyday look and her drag persona. And
yeah.
right now,
So
I feel like they're like one and the same.
yeah, that's so you kind of beat me to. I was about to say like this. I felt like compared to the other girls, wasn't drag enough. Like she needed to add things to it. It felt very basic. Like when you line her up with the rest of them, isn't it's she doesn't look bad. But I feel like it just doesn't compare to the other outfits, like these grand outfits that like Sam and Susie are wearing. Like it's just no.
Yeah. And I mean, I think she's probably still going to come into who she is as a drag queen, right? Like, obviously, she's probably still going to be learning who she is as a drag queen, and from this show, they just get better after the show. Like in the show, they this is like their baby phase, and then once they get to the show, they're like, oh gosh, I have changed, right? Makeup gets better, designers come, and they just change everything, and I think that'd be great for Lexi. But on the show, I just want bigger drag, right? Like, I just want big, big hair, big
Yeah,
makeup, like bigness. Because I think because of her stature, right? Like she's super slim and tall and she has that model-esque walk and she can bring something dramatic to the runway. And we're just not getting that from her.
yeah, I agree. Bring back big drag, big drag.
Yes, they need to.
Yeah, make
Um,
drag great
and then
again.
make drag bigger.
Make drag bigger again.
Because I'm
I'm about
like,
to be dragged for that one.
yes, she will. Yes, she will. I don't
Um,
think I could. I don't
no,
think I can be Alaska in that situation. Willem, like,
uh,
I don't think I
I
could.
no, I mean, I just honestly, all drag is valid. I just love big drag. I love big hair, big eyebrows,
Yes,
big eyes,
yes,
like pack on the blush, bitch,
yes,
overline them
yes.
lips, big ass hips, big ass titties. She looks good. Her drag isn't
Yeah.
ugly, but
No, I just want to distinguish like a differentiation between like her everyday look and like her drag persona because sometimes I feel like she may wear her real hair sometimes, and then I
I'm
just
not a
still
fan
get
of real
like
hair.
I still just get Lexi Love, and it's not bad looks, right? Like none of her looks to me are like, oh my god, this is trash. But I think they can all be elevated to a bigger personality.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Bigger. Who said
yeah.
bigger like that? I think somebody said bigger. Who said bigger like that? I think somebody said that. It's not coming to me right now. But if you know who said bigger and like bigger, like whoever said that, if you know who said that, please drop us a note so we know. And then last but not least, we have Jules Sparkles. Over.
Um,
20, this is the over. This is an over.
uh, I mean,
This is
for
nothing.
you,
This is an over. Like, what else could it be?
I don't. It's a yes, ma'am. It's a yes, ma'am.
A yes fucking ma'am.
It's a yes, ma'am. Girl,
Mhm.
um, she looks good. I like the outfit. I just feel like with particularly with what she was trying to do, I don't think it was executed the best way possible. Like, I get it. It was supposed to be like if it was supposed like kind of like act like if it was painted. It just wasn't necessarily reading that to me. And I think maybe it was the fabric that was used and the shape of the blazer that didn't allow me to believe in that fantasy completely. Like maybe had she had some bigger shoulders that stuck out more kind of angular, I think it would have given more of like, yes, we just pulled her out of like a comic book and just pasted her on the stage. She looks really good. It's a great outfit. I just think there could have been a little bit more done to make it look more cartoonish, more cartoon-like, which is what she was going
Okay.
for.
Okay.
You can stop clutching your pearls now.
Thanks. Thanks. Well, I thought this was an over. And I would like to give a shout out to a few couple, like a few, I was like a few couple of people. Apparently, I don't know how to speak English today.
Few
Um,
couple.
a, f- a few folks that was obviously had their hand in making this dress. We first have to give a shout out to Hayden Williams. And if you don't know who Hayden Williams is a British fashion illustrator, designer, and author. And his designs are amazing. Like he's done some iconic figures and like great. Y'all need to give him a look up because he's great. And then obviously Jeffrey Kelly designed the dress again. Jeffrey, you fucking better because Jeffrey did what needed to be
The same
done.
sketch.
But also like what I love, or what I loved that Jules did was she shouted out what the original sketch was, and they added it to the production, and I thought that was great. But I just think that there is a missed opportunity for sometimes when Rue like loves some of these queens' looks. That they give a shout out to the designer. And if they are, we're just not getting it in the final edit. Because and what I think needs to change is that needs to change, right? Like they need to give the designers their flowers because these
This
runway looks that these queens are bringing to this season in particular are made by some talented designers. Jeffrey just happens to be one of them. And so I would love to give Jeffrey his flowers because he's done this in short amount of times for numerous of these queens, right? And so in order for them to get the Nordar, like the recognition that they need, I just think that the queens should be able to shout them out on the platform.
I agree completely. I feel like they should maybe add like they don't even necessarily say they maybe just add it while they're walking, like on the screen, like created by blah 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 so and so. Because it really does take a village to drag. And like these outfits that these girls wear are sometimes, not all the time, like can be very immaculate. And it takes time, it takes a lot of effort. And for a lot of these designers, this is their livelihood. This is their job.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
like this is how they make the money. So like I feel like they should be shouted out, or at least given credit to on the screen. Maybe even on the
Yep.
credits, they could like outfits designed by so and so. I don't know, but I feel like they
I
could
agree.
definitely add them in some way, shape, or form.
This is true.
I
Absolutely.
would also, this is kind of random. I would love a season. Oh, see, I'm looking. Sorry, real quick. Now I'm looking at the outfit on a mannequin, and I love it on the mannequin. I just, I don't know. I didn't love
Oh,
it
you just
on.
oh, you just didn't love Jules. Oh, you said
No,
that
I
she was a
love
hot ass
Jules.
fucking mess.
No,
Oh, so that's what you said? Oh, you said that she was a hot ass fucking mess and you didn't like her. Oh, okay.
no, don't put words in my mouth. I love Jules.
I
You
feel
know I'm
like
rooting for Jules, girl.
that
Stop
was such a
stirring the
Bob the
fucking
drag
pot.
queen. That was such a Bob the drag queen and Monet moment.
That was.
So you said she was a fat ugly bitch.
I mean, she ain't no skinny cunt. No, that bitch is a fucking twig. That bitch is
She's
this
so
skinny.
we love Jules. No, Jules is
Yeah.
great.
Um, but I'm looking at it on the mannequin. I love it on the mannequin. Maybe I just don't like it when it's moving. Maybe that's it.
Okay.
Because
There's
it
some
takes me
licks
out
that
of
I'm
the
like,
illusion. Because it
yeah.
takes me out of the illusion. What I was going to say was I would love a season, maybe kind of like a hybrid between like Next Top Model and Drag Race, where like these like drag designers compete and drag queens get to model them. Maybe. Wow, think
I
about it.
think, all
Make me
right, I'll
executive
do that.
producer.
Listen, make me a judge, please.
Uh,
I would love it.
um,
Just make me a judge. All right. So, based
oh,
on the judges' critiques,
there
go
was one
ahead.
more thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
That Rick Owens dress needs to fucking disappear. That prom dress that Michelle Visage was wearing needs to be fucking burnt. I'm tired of seeing that dress everywhere. It was cute at first, but everybody and their fucking grandmother has worn that dress in some capacity, and I'm over it. Sorry. Rick Owens, love you, great designer. That dress needs to disappear.
Oh, you
Anyway,
said what you said. You said what
I'm
you
sorry.
said,
I just feel
child.
like it needed to be said because that dress is everywhere for no damn reason.
Oh, all right. Well, based on the judges' critiques and Michelle and her ugly ass Rick Owens dress,
I didn't
the
say it was.
top.
Did I say it was ugly? It is kind of ugly,
Mm,
honestly. It is kind of
yeah,
ugly, honestly. It
that's
is.
what it was giving. I just added, I just felt like I needed to add some ad libs into what you were saying. But based on the judges' critiques, the tops of the weeks are On and Earth, Sam Star, Susie Toot, and Lexi Love. And then the bottoms are Jules Sparkles, Lana Jarre, and Lydia Butthole Collins. But before we get into who actually won and who was in the bottom, Rue asks the iconic question, who should go home tonight and why? I am disappointed.
Oh, fully. I hate. This is one of my favorite moments of every season. Because this is when the drama starts. Usually,
Yes.
this is when the girls get to say their feelings and say how they really feel. And like
Yes.
this moment has led to so many iconic conversations in the workroom.
Yes.
Or just even iconic moments on the stage at that moment. I absolutely hate when the girls cop out and be like, "Oh, I want to send this girl home because she's my biggest competition." Bitch, no, that's not a reason. No,
No,
give
it's
us the fucking
not.
reason. I want to send this girl home because she's been in the bottom. She was in the bottom three times in one fucking episode. That's why I want to send her home. That's what
Right.
I want. I want to send this girl home because she's a cut and I'm like her. That's what I want. Like not any of this. Oh, she has two challenge wins. Yeah, send her home. Bitch, no.
Or be like Lux, Noir London,
Oh my
and go
God.
down the whole entire fucking runway and give a critique to every bitch on the runway. How about
Bitch gave a
that?
whole dissertation about drag. She was like, I
Like,
love Sasha because of this. Mistress does that. So she even complimented Selena's titties, girl. And then she gets to,
who should go
um,
home? Like,
and then she was like, however, what was her name?
Lucy LaDuca.
Lucy's drag is a little bit more on the generic side. I don't- that face because when she first started speaking about Lucy, she was like, "Oh, Lucy does what she does really great." She was smiling. She was full smile. She's like, "Yeah," and then she's like, "However, that face crack, that face crack. I think that's probably my favorite face crack of all time."
Yes. I'm disappointed because there was a cop out, right?
There were several cop outs.
I don't understand why the queens felt the need to say that, oh, we need to eliminate Susie because Susie is my biggest competition. Why do you not want to go against the best? Bitch, I don't want to, like, what the fuck? Somebody's like dying outside my house right now.
I was about to say, you got a cat in there somewhere?
Like, somebody's like dying outside my house. This is very New York. I don't know what's
I was
happening
about to
with the
say,
Dominicans
welcome
right
to New
now.
York.
It's very, I'm like, is it okay? Like,
We're
should
in
I
the
go
middle
like look
of
at?
in the middle of
We're
the
in the hood.
Bronx.
So what happened in the middle of the Bronx? In the middle of in the rain. Um,
It's raining.
no,
Oh, it's
it
just,
was early. It was earlier though, but it was a cop out. I don't understand the point of saying that Susie Toot was your biggest competition and you want to send her home. I guess I'm from the old school world where it's like you want the best of the best to compete against the best of the best. Like, I'm sorry, send the weak bitches home. Like, the weak bitches gotta go.
yes and no. Yes and no. I would never give up an opportunity to to get rid of a big competition. I would never throw that opportunity away. but
But don't say it
obviously
out
they don't
loud.
decide. No, obviously not of that. But at the same time, yes, I do want the best bitches at the end because like I want to be able to prove that hey, this is my crown. I won. Like I won. This is mine. Uh, but like I said, I would never pass up an opportunity to throw pearls. I never would. Uh, but yeah, I hated this cop out.
Yeah, I was over it. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, this is a waste of an iconic moment. Nobody gave it. Did he have Lydia talking about Anya should go home? Bitch, Anya's not going home.
And that was so like that. I was like, what? Like
Anya's
that
not going
makes no
home.
sense. Like I
No.
fully once she asked that, I was fully ready. Like as soon as she was like, one more thing, I was like, oh my God, it's coming. And I could already imagine like Lana and Lydia like having like some type of meltdown like in the back, like in the in Untucked,
Yeah.
or something, or like, there being some type of argument like, why'd you say my name, girl?
Right.
Um
And no one said Lana's name, and Lana had the worst track record on the stage.
somebody did say it. I don't remember who it was.
Who said Lana?
Somebody said Lana because they were like based on, was it
I don't think
Jules?
anybody's. No, I think
Yeah.
no. Jules said Susie because of her hairline.
Oh, that's fair though. Um, somebody
And
did say
Lexi said
Lana.
Susie because
No,
of.
somebody
It
did
might have
say
been
Lana.
Susie who said Lana.
Somebody said Lana because they're like based on the track record,
I think that
Lana.
might have been Susie who said Lana then. Because I'm like, the majority of the people
And
said Susie.
it might have been Susie because I do remember they also apologized first thing when they got into Untucked. They're like, "Girl, sorry," like just the way
Yeah.
what the question was
It
asked.
might have been Susie because I know Anya said Lydia because she didn't say Lana because she worked with Lana. So, and then Lana said Susie. And then Lydia said Anya. Stupid. And then Susie said Lana. Lexi said Susie. Sam said Susie. And Jules said Susie because of Susie's hairline.
Sam said
That's the
Susie.
only one that to me was funny. And I thought, okay, great. Like you saying, oh, like I think Susie should go home because her airline was criminal. Like that makes sense in that aspect because you're reading her while you're saying that she should go home. I think that's funny. But Lexi talking about, well, I don't think it should come to any surprise that my inner saboteur is saying like Susie too. Come on now. Seriously?
That's stupid.
I would have been like, I would have said Anya because she put spray paint on my fucking tarp.
That's or because she stole my fucking what she stole again? Her trim. That what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn.
I'm like, I don't understand, but I'm not gonna say. Even if I would say Susie, I'm not gonna say Susie because she's my biggest competition.
No,
Because
that's
what you
stupid.
did was you now just bloated Susie's head. So now Susie's gonna think that she's everybody's biggest competition. So now she thinks her shit don't stink.
Her she went into it like, yeah, girl. Like
Right?
everybody
Like
thinks
I'm the
I'm the
best. Like
shit.
I'm everybody's. Everybody thinks I'm the shit. Everybody's
I,
scared of me. Like that
are
makes no
we not seeing
sense.
it? Like, or did they completely edit Susie out of the season and we're just not seeing
I think maybe
why
because
they're so
somehow
scared
there's a
of her?
disconnect between the audience and the queens that's competing.
Because I feel like in at the current state that we're in with the season, if they're gonna say send this girl home because she's the biggest competition, Anya,
Anya.
Anya. And I know the edit does influence a lot of what we perceive, but like, I don't know. Susie just doesn't give me front runner at
No,
all.
they could say Anya. They could have said Sam, who's sneaking up on them, right? They could have said that. Like, come on now. Like, I don't understand. I'm confused. Everybody's saying Susie Toot. Little
Yeah.
old Susie Toot, the tap dancing diva. Like, doesn't make any sense to me.
Me neither.
But anyway, that disappointing who should go home tonight and why. Um, we find out that Anya Nerve is the winner of the challenge, giving her 3 wins, and she becomes the official frontrunner of season 17. Do you agree?
Yes. Sorry,
Oh,
I
yep.
was just I was really quickly just comparing her challenge with Sam's and kind of deciding
Mm,
who I like better, but yes.
yes. All right. So now the bottoms of the week are Lana Del Rey and Lydia Butthole Collins, and they lip sync to Unholy by Sam Smith and Kim Petras. What did you think of this lip sync?
You know what?
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I said this, and I think people like feel like I'm delusional, which I am. Like I know I'm delusional. Like I know I live in a delusional bubble, and that's okay, and I've accepted that. But no shade, Lydia had Lana in the beginning of this lip sync up until she took them fucking scissors, and she had a fucking like I don't know what she had, a seizure or something, but something wasn't correct with her trying to scissor the dress.
Clearly, she did not get an A in cutting when she was in kindergarten. Because, girl, how the fuck you fucked that up? I don't know. I don't know. That was so embarrassing. I was getting like secondhand cringe. Like I had to look away from the TV because I was like, oh my God, this is not happening. I felt bad. I did feel bad for her. I'm like, oh my God, girl, just stop. Just stop. Just make a little slit and then just rip it. I don't know. Just stop. Like focus on the lip sync. And I get it. She could have moved. Maybe she could have just like lifted up the dress and just like who did that? Somebody did that. She could have done the Jada, just lift up the dress and just go off.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I did
But
feel
my
bad.
thing is, I look at the dress and I'm like, could she have like tested the dress out, right? Like prior to like getting it together and say, hey, if this happens, could I like try to cut this? Or just like pretend maybe prior to her sewing the dress together, maybe do like a little mock dress and say, if I have this fabric, would I be able to cut it? Because you got to do those little things just to be on the safe side.
Or she maybe could have like a lot of girls do, like make it into a two piece, like a skirt. And I think
Right?
with the material she used, she could have hidden it very well. That it was like
She could have.
that it was two separate pieces. Um, yeah,
Or
it
leave the
was
dress
bad.
alone. I don't know why she felt like she needed to. She could have just like did the little zombie thing and be unholy. Like, bitch, just lean into it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think her deciding to cut it was literally what got her the job.
Yes, because she got tangled up in the dress and
Hmm.
she could not get out of the dress. Like, she could not get out of it. Like, whatever she tried to do was not allowing her to get out the dress. And
No,
so, season 17, the stage is just taken, like, they just getting bodies, just bodies left and right. You
I
either can't
feel
get out
like
your dress, your wig is getting lost. Like, I don't understand.
this season is cursed or something. Somebody put a curse on this season. Um, some girl did not make it onto the season and was a witch and decided to curse it or something. Because the lip syncs this season, baby, have not been given at
At
all.
all.
At all.
Craziness. Right. All right. So, overall, because of Lydia's fumble, Lana wins the lip sync and she eliminates Lydia Butthole Collins. Right. So, who is winning season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race?
Lana.
I hate you.
Ah.
I fucking hate you.
The
Fucking
Slayer diva
Lana.
Joella.
I mean,
You never know. That might bring her
it's
back.
true. You may. Hey,
Oh my
listen.
God, could you
Like,
imagine her on Slayer Royale? No. Maybe
Dreamcast.
I feel like they do it just for the gag.
Dreamcast. You never
Let
know.
us know if
Yes.
y'all want to see like us Dreamcast the Slayer Royale because I'm actually really excited for that season.
I mean, we're going to Dreamcast as Slays and Royale, but we just want to see what queens you think. We should put on our Dreamcast of Slays and Royale.
Jujubee.
But
It's all just
who
Jujubee.
is
But
winning?
anyway,
Who is winning season 17?
Anya. Well,
I think it's going to be Sam.
I just feel like Anya's. Oh no, actually, they're both getting pretty good edits, and especially the last couple episodes, Sam has been getting a particular winner's edit. I feel like it's Anya's crown to lose.
What if it's a Saphira moment?
Or yeah, or like a Shay moment, like one of those. It could be that, or who knows? Maybe in the next episodes, like Sam will just completely destroy Anya and just take it. Like, it doesn't even have to be like necessarily the finale lip sync. Maybe like in the next three episodes, Sam will just win everybody over.
Yeah. But what if we get like a Sasha Velour moment?
We could, I hope, but
And
like
a
a
queen
good one.
that we probably don't even expect to win wins because they did like a Sasha Velour moment.
Lana.
I mean, you never
I
know
mean,
these
well, she's not
days.
making it that far.
It is season 17, so you never know.
Fair enough. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I would be very happy with either Sam or Anya winning.
Same. Well, I think any of the queens will be great. What I would just prefer to have like Sam win just because I just adore Samantha.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she'd be a great winner. And the storyline, I mean, come on, like a drag mother and a drag daughter winning.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Um, Especially this season, this season of the Nepo babies. I feel like that'd be amazing.
Yeah. That'd be
Um,
amazing. That'd be an amazing thing. Yeah. And that should show you. And you know what's so funny? Speaking of that, I mean, there was this guy, I think it's called like him rapper or something. I think he's like on Instagram, he's a black guy. And
yeah,
he
I've
talked
seen. I know
about
who you're talking
this.
about it.
And he was like, there are some things called like drag mothers. You know, now everybody wanna say, oh, this is my drag daughter, this is my drag child, but not everyone like can be a drag mom. And he was like, Trinity is like
Lux.
quintessential like drag mom.
Oh,
And
fully.
to me, it's like, yes, but once she has so many years in the business, right? So shout out to that because she did have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Trinity the
We're not
Tuck.
gonna say the
In term,
age.
not in terms of drag, not her actual birthday, but
Oh.
like her drag birthday,
We're
not her
still not gonna
actual
say the age,
birthday.
girl.
Right? Her,
Regardless,
her Trinity persona,
we're
not
still
her
not gonna say
actual
the age, girl,
persona.
because it's probably
Right.
older than like 90% of our viewers.
Probably. But she's been in the game for such a long time, so she has all this wisdom. And she's also the queen with the most challenge wins in RuPaul's Drag Race. And
I
so
mean,
she's
when
the
it's right,
queen
it's right.
for a reason. And so you can tell that she has trained like Sam to fully understand and appreciate the art form of drag, right? You can see it in her granddaughter Jules Sparkles. You can see it in her drag daughters Chantel Sparkles, right? Like you can see it in Trinity's drag family that she is the matriarch of that family. And whoever taught Trinity, right? Like the Bob Taylors of the world, right? They are is really great, right? The Jordan Kennedys of the world, like they are amazing in their own right. And so this just trickles down. And I think that, especially in this time, that's what you need.
Yeah, fully. I forgot what I was gonna say. I keep thinking. I need food.
I'm like, you need ginkgo biloba or
The fuck
something.
is that?
But anyways, right? If
Wait, the
you
fuck did
enjoyed
you
the,
just say?
you need ginkgo biloba.
What the fuck is ginkgo biloba?
It's for your memory.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway,
Anyways,
Theo,
if you enjoyed the laughs, if you enjoyed the shade, if we had you saying no, ma'am, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
wait. I just want to give a quick shout out to Barracuda, which unfortunately announced today on Monday that they're closing forever this week. So it's so sad. So if anybody of you are in New York City, please go check out Barracuda Lounge in Chelsea this week to say goodbye to the bartenders, the staff, all the queens who have participated in it, Keisha Carr, obviously with the longest running drag competition in New York. So it's so sad that we're losing such a beloved and historical establishment. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So if anybody in New York City or is in New York City this week, go check out Barracuda. Give it a farewell.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
sorry. Now you
on
can
your way
continue.
to Barracuda, no, on your way to Barracuda, hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. Right?
My
Make
bad.
sure on your way to Barracuda, make sure you follow us on Instagram at No Ma'am the podcast. And on your way to Barracuda, if you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, and all her radio podcasts, like, comment, and rate us 5 stars. Then take your AirPods off and enjoy a drink at Barracuda. So, oh, and then tell your friends while you are waiting for them to come to Barracuda to follow No Man Podcast as well. But as always, we'll have you sing No Man in no time. Bye.